The ship was breaking apart. Waves crashed like mountains. The wind screamed across the sea. Experienced sailors were panicking. Men who had survived storms their entire lives suddenly believed they were going to die. And deep inside the ship, one man was asleep. Not because he had peace, because he was exhausted from running. His name was Jonah. And before the storm, God had spoken to him. Go to Nineveh, that great city, and warn them. Nineveh was feared across the ancient world. Violent, cruel, merciless. And God wanted Jonah to walk into that city, alone, with nothing but a message. Jonah wanted no part of it. So he ran, not slowly, not reluctantly. He ran in the opposite direction. He went down to Joppa, found a ship heading to Tarshish, the farthest place he could think of, paid the fare, and sailed away. Away from Nineveh, away from his calling, away from God. Or so he thought. But you can't outrun the God who made the ocean. That night, the Lord hurled a violent storm onto the sea. The ship rolled. Waves slammed against the wood. Cargo crashed across the deck. The sailors threw everything overboard, trying to stay alive. Each man cried out to his own God. Nothing worked. And somehow, Jonah was still asleep below deck. The captain grabbed him. "How can you sleep at a time like this? Get up and pray!" Above them, the storm grew worse. The sailors cast lots to discover who caused this disaster. The lot fell on Jonah. Every eye locked onto him. "Who are you? What have you done?" Jonah looked around at the chaos and finally told the truth. "I worship the Lord, the God who made the sea and the land, and I am running from him." Silence. Then fear. Real fear. Because if Jonah's God made the sea, then this storm was no accident. The sailors asked, "What should we do?" Jonah answered quietly, "Throw me into the sea. Then the storm will stop." The sailors refused at first. They tried rowing harder. But the sea became even more violent. Finally they cried out, "Lord, do not hold us guilty for this man's life." And they threw Jonah overboard. The moment he hit the water, the storm stopped. Instantly, the sea became calm. But Jonah kept sinking. Cold darkness surrounded him. The light above disappeared. Seaweed wrapped around him. The bottom of the ocean pulled him deeper and deeper, until suddenly something moved beneath him. Something massive. A mouth opened in the darkness, and Jonah was swallowed alive. Imagine that moment. No light, no escape. The sound of a creature breathing around you. The feeling of being trapped inside something impossible. Most people would have broken right there. But Jonah stayed alive. 3 days, 3 months, inside the fish. And somewhere in that darkness, Jonah finally stopped running.
Pray. In my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. Not a perfect prayer, not a religious speech, just a broken man crying out from the bottom of the sea. Then Jonah said something that changed everything. Salvation comes from the Lord. Surrender. That was the turning point. Not the storm, not the fish, the surrender. And the moment Jonah stopped running, God spoke to the fish, and Jonah was thrown back onto dry land. 1 second, darkness. The next, sunlight, air, sand beneath his hands, life again. Then God spoke a second time. Go to Nineveh.
The same command, the same mission, the same God. But this time, Jonah obeyed. Nineveh was enormous. Crowded streets, towering walls, thousands of people. And Jonah walked into the city with one message. 40 more days, and Nineveh will be destroyed. That was it. No long sermon, no performance. Just truth. And something unbelievable happened. The people listened. The entire city began to repent, from the poorest person to the king himself. The king stepped down from his throne, removed his royal robes, sat in ashes, and ordered the nation to fast and cry out to God. Who knows, maybe God will show mercy. And he did. God saw their hearts change, and the city was spared. But this is where the story takes a shocking turn. Jonah became angry, not relieved, not grateful, angry. Because deep down, he did not want Nineveh forgiven. He said, I knew you would do this, God. I knew you were merciful. That's why I ran. Jonah sat outside the city, waiting to see if destruction would still come. Then God caused a plant to grow over Jonah, giving him shade from the burning sun. And Jonah was happy. For the first time in the story, happy. But the next morning, God sent a worm. The plant died. The heat returned, and Jonah exploded in anger again. Then God asked him a question. You care about a plant you did not create. Should I not care about an entire city filled with people? And that is how the story ends. No final speech from Jonah. No clean resolution. Just a question hanging in the air. Because the story was never only about Jonah. It is about us. How many times have we run from what we were called to do? How many storms have we created trying to escape something God told us to face? How many times have we wanted mercy for ourselves, but judgment for everyone else? Jonah wanted grace when he was drowning, but struggled to accept grace for others. And maybe that is why this story still matters. Because some of us are still running. Running from purpose. Running from obedience. Running from forgiveness. Running from the thing we were created to do. But Jonah's story reminds us of something powerful. Even in rebellion, God was still pursuing him. Even the storm had purpose. Even the fish was mercy. Maybe the storm in your life is not there to destroy you. Maybe it is there to turn you around. And maybe the thing you keep running from is the very place your story truly begins. If this story stayed with you, share it with someone who needs a second chance. And subscribe to Animated Bible Chronicles, because these stories are not just ancient, they are alive.